All right, well, here we go. Welcome to
My shit's backwards.
You're back. And here we and there's Paul. And look, we got this thing almost completely figured out. Because one of our good buddies that we know so well, tall and blonde, let me know that our poolside bets was backwards and nobody could read it.
What is? He ain't got nothing better to do.
I no, no. I'm surprised he even knew how to pull it up on YouTube and be able to watch it. I mean, I was more excited about that than anything.
In the way I understand it, he works so hard.
Yeah, I don't know how he had time on the tractor
Well,
and doing all the work that he does. So, anyway, we moved all the equipment. We are actually set up here. We tried to go live, but that didn't work out. Internet didn't quite cooperate, but we're recording here when you watch this tomorrow, um, live at Stone Pony in Clarksdale, Mississippi. So, welcome into another edition of Cashing Tickets here with Paul. I'm Franklin, and we're going to walk you through a few things today, talk about some local football, I think, Paul, right? Talk about the Wildcats and the Colts.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And we'll get into the college slate, what happened last week, what's coming up this week, and boy, everything's going on. You got the
Good week to be a Tennessee Vol, isn't it?
championship series getting started in baseball. You got the NBA tipped off on Tuesday night. We're recording on Wednesday night, full slate of games tonight. Hockey's been going on. Let's see what else we got. Breeders' Cup coming up in November.
There's UFC coming up. Pretty good big UFC coming up.
That's right. The World Cup in and Paul is an incredibly important person. His phone never stops ringing. So, again, welcome back into Cashing Tickets. I'm Franklin. That's Paul, and let's get it started. Paul,
Yes, sir. I'm here.
how well did we do with Clarksdale last week? How'd the Wildcats do in the game last Friday?
I had a glorified practice.
Is that what we're calling it?
56-14. Went over there and beat the brakes off of Yazoo City.
Didn't we kind of expect that?
Yeah.
Get healthy game.
Yeah, it
Get
wasn't-
play some depth.
Yeah, it wasn't very competitive. But I had 314 yards total offense. Of course, Kelly Jones leads the way. He actually got a couple passes and 2 TDs through the air this week.
Oh, here we go, slanging
yeah,
it. Put a little different stuff on film, right?
Yeah, if they start throwing it around,
We know we can run it.
woo, gonna be bad.
That's right.
Cameron Pittman had one catch, 40 yards, a touchdown. Therese Lewis had one catch, 20 yards, and a touchdown. And Keontae Gardner had the other catch. So there was three of 5 for 61 yards and 2 TDs through the air.
Okay, well done.
Rushing, of course, they just went ham.
Just over, through, and around them.
Yeah. Kelly Jones was 5 for 139, 2 touchdowns. Kevin Gilmore, 3.
Wait a minute. He rushed 5 times for 139 yards. Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I got. Unless
That's
I'm wrong.
efficient.
No, I think that's what he had. That's my notes. My notes could be off.
No, I like it. I mean, he obviously popped it off for over, what, about 25 yards a carry?
Yeah. Bryson Williams had 9 carries for 88 yards. Jacob Winters, 5 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown. Tommy Magsby, 1 carry, 45 yards. Talk about
Boy,
efficiency.
getting it done.
One touchdown.
He averages 45 yards a touch.
Yeah, so they're pretty good. They got to defensively. They did what they normally do. They went out there and got it done. Broomfield had 5 tackles. Patrick Broomfield 5 tackles, 3 pass breakups, an interception for 45 yards. Didn't get in the end zone. I don't know why we keep picking it off, getting long returns, can't get in the end zone. I don't understand
They can't finish it off, huh?
that. Kevin Gilmore 10 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown. Daniel Whistle.
Oh, there's my guy,
Yeah, 8 tackles.
Mr. Wilson.
8 tackles. Cameron Mackey, 6 tackles, 2 for loss, 1 sack for a 10-yard loss. And Jaquarius Herring had 8 tackles to round out the leaders on the defense. But, I mean, they had a plethora of guys in there making tackles. It was a bunch of them.
What was the final score in that game again?
56-14.
Ooh, boy.
So
Okay. Well,
they got out there and got it done.
yeah, got it done. All right, what we got looking ahead for this weekend?
They got a crosstown rival with Colma County, the Red Panthers.
Yeah.
They're having a big crosstown rival. They're building it up for the Battle of the Cats this week.
The Panthers and the Wildcats.
Yeah, big party gonna happen out there.
I imagine it will be a party. I don't know if it'll compete with the homecoming party, but I imagine it's going to be a lot of fun out
Yeah.
there. Get everybody out there and have a good time.
Yeah,
Are they playing at Crumpton Field?
No, I think it's
Or
going to
they're
be at
going to play at
Wildcat.
they're going to
Yeah,
play at the
the new
Wildcat
stadium.
Field. Okay.
I think so. Not to verify that. But no, I mean, all this sets up for a huge showdown in 2 weeks with Senatobia.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's go out there, beat Coma County, don't get hurt. Everybody do their job.
Now, where did we have them as far as the district is concerned? They already won that thing, or
No, I think it's
the
on the line.
Senatobia is going to be the game?
I think it's going to be on the line. I don't. We got to figure out what Senatobia does this week, but uh, that's going to be a huge game out there at Wildcat Field. So,
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, and I think that game is on a. I don't know if they got the dates right or wrong or whatever. It seems like when I looked up the schedule, it says the 27th, which would be a Thursday, and maybe that's just the way they're ending the season on a Thursday.
Oh,
I don't know.
you have to look.
Yeah, it seemed like what I saw was on a Thursday.
Yeah, I can pull their schedule up here in a little bit once I get through with all my rambling.
Yeah, it seems like it was the 27th, the day after we were supposed to host the trivia here at Stone Pony.
Also, too, they're going to have senior night out there at the game, so all the seniors will get recognized.
Okay, yeah.
Big time for all the young men graduating and
They
moving
can
on to bigger and better
I wonder if they're
things.
doing that for both teams, or if it's just a senior night for the Wildcats. Or
I'd imagine maybe they recognize both. I don't.
yeah, maybe let it be senior night for both teams.
Yeah, I mean they're all from around here. So.
Yeah, all from the same county, anyway.
You got anything on our Lee Academy coats? How'd they do?
Well, my contact there has been busy this week, so I haven't. But I actually did attend the game last Friday.
Well.
Big showdown with Carroll Academy between. I don't know what Carroll. Maybe I can pull Carroll up. Carroll is the. Well, I'm having some trouble. Carroll Academy Rebels. Carroll is the Rebels. So the Carroll Academy Rebels came to visit the Lee Academy Colts last Friday night, and you talk about a defensive struggle. There was
A lot of tackling.
yeah, a lot of tackling going on. There were some turnovers. I think 3. I know 2 for sure. Maybe 3 turnovers happened in the last minute and a half of the first half.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, one of them led to a touchdown for the Rebels, and they took an early 10-0 lead, and that's where it stayed until late in the fourth quarter. I mean, you talk about defense, and our boy Sam Stonestreet had himself a night. He was stacking the Rebels up on just about every play. There wasn't a lot happening through the air. They had one kid out there, number 12. I can't remember his name. I know Bobby mentions his name several times, but he could really play for the Rebels. He was hard to bring down, hard to catch, but they did a good job of containing him for most of the night. The defense played fantastic. The Colts just could not move the football.
All them home run hitters, and they couldn't get it.
They couldn't get it done. Not until the 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
No.
Walker, I believe he hit Tanner Fava for a touchdown. If I went back and watched some of the live stream, I think it was Tanner that he hit for a touchdown late in that game. And then they, of course, tried the onside kick and they did not recover. And so Carroll, of course, takes a knee and runs it out, and they win it 10-7. And they knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now, they're from 2 different districts, so this does not affect the district standing.
Yeah, still right where they don't want to be.
For the Colts, the only thing that this affects is I think Carroll now is in position to get the number 3 seed in the state tournament.
Nah.
And I think Lee Academy's locked up number 4. I don't think, regardless of what they do this Friday night against North Delta, that can be changed.
No.
So, yeah, Lee Academy closes out their season Friday night at North Delta, which is not too far down the road. About a 40-minute drive for everybody from here. That's down around Batesville. North Delta is only 3-6 on the year. Their point differential is over 100 points. They've given up over 100 points more than they've scored on the season.
Oh, no.
And Lee Academy is 288 points for and only 136 points allowed. So I'm thinking this is a get right after 2 losses. Of course, one of those losses was to Bio Academy, 5A school.
Nah.
And then a hard-fought home game with Carroll Academy Rebels here in Clarksdale, where they fell short 10-7. But that just goes to show you how good a team they've been. William Walker still looked pretty good. Artist led them in the backfield. They did have an early injury to Aiden Bird, which was not good to see. He was on the sideline, I think, with an arm
Is
or
that the one they
shoulder.
just got back?
Just got back, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He got injured early in that game. Tanner Fava still led them. I think Tanner had a pick in the first half, a big pick there to try to get them back in the game, but the Colts just could not capitalize on it. But hey, those games go that way sometimes. But it was homecoming night, so there was still a lot to celebrate. They had over 30 returning queens come out Friday night
Oh, all the
from
emotions.
from the 70s up till now, and they all walked out and introduced. And one of them was my sister-in-law was one of the former queens. Came out there. Meriwether Johnson is her name now. She was Bass back then when she was in high school. So anyway, yeah, they paraded out there and came out and waved to the crowd. And I don't think any of them forgot how to do the wave. I think it all comes back. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, some of them are like born that way.
Yeah, they all came back still doing the wave.
Yeah.
So it was great to see a lot of good participation. I'll bring that up just to give a congratulations to Mary Hollis Lawrence, who was crowned your homecoming queen there Friday night at Lee Academy. So congratulations to Mary Hollis. Congratulations to all the senior maids that night. You had Mary Hollis Lawrence, Mary Logan Jackson, Katie Sherrod, and Georgia Dulaney. So congratulations to all the senior maids. And, of course, congratulations to Mary Hollis for getting the crown.
Going out there and winning
Yeah,
it.
going out there and winning it.
Yeah, probably had a good week of practice.
Yeah, right. Good. Did a little walkthrough Thursday evening. Was ready to go. Had everything settled and knew the game plan.
Yeah, ain't nothing like good coaching in those.
Yeah, and
those
you go
queen races.
and when you go out there and you now just all of a sudden I get a loss for words.
That's not
You
true.
produce. You just go out there and you do what you're supposed to do. I
Speaking
mean,
of lost for words.
yeah. Well, we got a little bucket over here. We can take care of that for you, Paul. So all you have to do is ask. I don't know where the waitress went, but I think we're short a waitress. I don't know.
I'm bashful.
We got one cleaning. Everybody's doing their job. It's early. It's between the lunch crowd and the evening crowd. So
We don't have that camera up, do we? We can't.
we can show. Yeah, we can. You want to do a little switch over?
Yeah,
If we ever get anybody to come on over, yeah, look
Look,
working
it's
hard
sun-
back there.
Yeah,
Working
sunshine
hard.
Spraying stuff in people's drinks.
There's Cameron on the end there, holding the end of the bar up there, doing his job.
Maggie's out there making them tips.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that, but I'm glad that's where you went. So, yeah, that's a little shout out to everybody over there. So,
We're glad they let us do this.
yeah, we're
Fun.
glad to be here.
We got to fix this live situation. We're gonna get Maggie and Sunshine, or either or both here over here in a minute. Let them do some talking.
Yeah, if we can talk them into it, that'd be great. We're gonna maybe we can. They do a little advertisement with us. Maybe we can help them out on this internet situation. It can't be that hard.
Yeah, we get them up. We get them some more mouses to run back here in that wheel.
That one back there is just it's
here
doing all it
sweating.
can do. It's
He's
doing all
back
it
here
can do.
sweating.
Yeah, trying to keep everything running. So, and then I think I mentioned the Colts finished their season against North Delta Academy, and I think they've already captured I think they win this game. They'll be. I think they've already captured the district title because Oak Hill was the only one that could tie them, but they have the head-to-head with Oak Hill.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they've wrapped up. They'll be the 4 seed in the state tournament, which is fantastic. I mean, you're talking about what a turnaround. That 1-9 last year to believe they're 6-3 now, so they could finish the season 7-3 with a win Friday night.
Nice.
So congratulations to the Colts. It looks like the Wildcats will be strolling into the playoffs as well, on a roll and ready to go.
We are currently working on setting up something. We can do something live.
That's right. We're trying to get all our ducks in a row. We got some equipment issues we got to deal with. We got to make sure we have the right equipment. We got to figure out the whole internet situation. And Paul, I don't know. I'm sure you don't want to divulge any information, but I think Paul had a meeting today with the athletic director or the administration there that we can.
Yeah, do you remember the guy that we talked to about having the party back there? I think that's the AD.
Having a party.
Yeah, the Coach Hill.
Coach Hill. So he's having. I don't think he's gonna have any problem.
No, no, we got issues. We got to work through a Wi-Fi problem. Then we got
Oh
to work
boy.
through a camera problem. So, but they've got people that's going to help us out with that, and we're going to do everything in our power to get this thing figured out.
That's right. Yeah, we'll do our best to get the right camera. I think
Yeah.
I that was part of the reason I went to the football game at Lee Academy. I watched Bobby and Sean do their thing. They do a great job. They've got it down to an art out there, and hopefully we can at least be
Wait a minute. So it just so happens
comparable.
the one Friday night you decide to go to a Lee Academy game under the illusion that you want to see how they film the game. It's the same night.
Yeah.
30 past homecoming queens are going to be there.
This is also correct.
Adorable.
Also correct.
Absolutely
Also
adorable.
correct. Also, this is.
Boy,
Guess who else was there, Paul? My lovely,
your homecoming queen.
beautiful,
Yeah.
and most talented wife
Yeah, singing
performed the
na-
national
yeah.
anthem that
Yeah.
night. So, we got to make sure we get all the information out there. So, and I think I got caught on the radio on the broadcast after she got done singing, because I just had come back from a golf tournament, so there may have been one
You want to talk
or
about
two drinks had
You know,
prior to me arriving.
You want to talk about your trophy?
God, why didn't I bring it? I don't understand. Your boy here wins closest to the pin out there with a 20 mile an hour into your wind face, 170 yards tucked behind a bunker. The green runs away from you. Your boy sticks it in there. It hits 2 inches from the cup and stops about 2 feet from the hole. Well, this is not the Big Ten nap of the day, there, buddy. What are you doing over there?
No, it's all good. I can't believe you haven't done a show with the fantasy championship belt yet.
Well, I have to have the belt
Hey,
to
that's-
do the show.
That's on you, man. Figure that stuff out.
I think maybe next time I'm going to wear the belt and put the trophy on top of my head when we do the next show. Will that work? I don't have a camera that big. I mean, that's a big ego to have to
Yeah.
put a camera on.
Yeah, that's a lot. You're asking a lot of that. That melon over there. All right, well.
Are you talking about my head, Paul?
No, I'm
Why do
not.
you think I got the hat on? Goodness gracious, just going to go straight to that. All right.
It's a nice hat.
Well, we're here at Stone Pony. We're doing a show. Might as well stick around for a little while, right? So we talked about local. What else you want to talk about?
I want to talk about a little last Saturday fun.
All right, let's give it a shot.
All right, so I ended up having Illinois plus 6.5. They went ahead and got out there and covered.
Boy, did they do
26-14.
their job.
Had Buffalo minus 17. They went out there. It was 34-17. They covered. Or whatever.
Yeah, did they?
Well, push. NC State plus 3.5. They lost.
Mm-hmm.
Syracuse,
Not a cover.
The Cuse is a good football team, boy.
6-0, baby.
Yeah.
Right? 6-0, 7-0, won the two.
Yeah, they held NC State to 255 yards total yards, and the Cuse had 2 turnovers and still dominated the game. Dominated the game.
That defense is incredible. I mean, NC State was missing Devin Leary. He's out for the season, I believe. They've lost their starting quarterback, which is not great when you're trying to make things happen. But the Qs still did their job. I mean, I think NC State moved the ball okay between the 20s, but boy, when it got tight, they could not punch it in, and that told the story of the game right there.
That Cuse team is not bad.
Big game coming up this weekend for the Orange.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a hot minute.
All right, let's get there. Well,
All
we'll
right.
get there in a minute.
Yeah. My big bet of the weekend was Oklahoma State plus 3.5. They lost in double overtime.
But they covered the hook, right? Did you get them at 3.5?
They got there. But I'm gonna tell you that TCU team and Sonny Dykes, he's got to get some kind of trophy.
Look,
Got to.
I was not convinced, and I had the Cowboys on the money line, which I wish I'd have just taken the points. And here's the problem. This is what really sucks. They dominated that game. The Cowboys dominated. How long was the game? 60 minutes?
Yeah.
They dominated that game for what? 50 minutes?
Gave up-
52 minutes? They
gave
gave
up
up
14.
14 in the last 6 minutes, 7 minutes. to send that thing to overtime, and your boy was over here sweating, but it wasn't awful. I knew Michigan was going to go out there and do their thing over Penn State, and they beat the what out of Penn State. So the Wolverines hung me in there, and the Arkansas Razorbacks traveled to. And who's making that? Who's going to Provo to play? I don't understand. Why would you ever travel to Provo to play the Cougars? It makes no sense. But they went out there even with their bad defense. KJ Jefferson was back.
Yeah.
And so they went out there and won it. So that helped me out a lot after the Oklahoma State debacle.
You know who it really helped out?
What's that?
The Arkansas fans. They were on tilt, buddy.
Yeah. Well, they were coming off the big. Was that coming off the state loss? Yeah, they had lost the state the week before. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of another fan base on tilt.
Mmm.
But anyway, I went 4-2 on the weekend. I ended up hitting Western Kentucky -8. James Madison lost outright.
Hey, do you want to tell them why we got on the Western Kentucky game?
How many people? I mean, how many? My brain's going one way and my mouth's going the other because you asking questions.
Sorry.
I don't know if I know
My
the
bad.
answer to.
My bad. Go ahead.
So I'll finish this and go back to that. James Madison.
First loss of the season, right?
The yardage in that game was incredible. I mean, it was crazy. I think they put that is Georgia Southern. 578 yards passing on that James Madison defense.
They gave up 578 throwing.
There's not a cornerback left. I don't know. I can't tell you what state James Madison's in, but they used them all.
They got every walk in. At the restaurant. They got every walk on in the state coming in to try out this week. Don't they?
I was gonna bet James Madison till they bucked me, and I have been bucked.
Yep,
And then
understood.
I had Tulane -12, 45-13. They covered. So 4-2 Saturday's not bad. The big bet got home. That's all that really matters when you're doing this.
Yeah.
All right, but that's kind of how my Saturday went.
All right, so yeah, I had to go back and look because I did post my picks last Saturday. So here were my picks. You want to go over them?
Yeah.
Michigan -7.
Want to hear it? Here it go.
That's a cover, right? Michigan -7 beat the Oklahoma State money line. Oof, not great.
Hurts.
Arkansas money line cover. Then I had the Clemson Tigers -3.5 against the Florida State Seminoles. That makes for a 3-1 week right there, baby.
Good
So
job.
everything was good there. So yeah,
There you go.
I knew there was another win out there. I could not remember it. But yeah, so I gave you 3-1 right there on the Twitter. If you go out there at Poolside Bets, you can find us out there. Paul's slacking a little bit. We got to get you back out there on the Twitter, putting your picks out there.
Yeah, I've been trying to Facebook and Twitterverse, and I've been, I got other hobbies too, like YouTube and naps. So it's getting, I need to do better.
You need to do better.
I'll do better.
Yeah. So we just talked about the Lee Colts, right?
Yep.
And then I just got the email from my boy Bobby about all the information.
Oh, well, second verse, same as the
Yeah,
first.
second
Send it.
verse. So I
Let's
just
hear
want to
about
tell
it.
you about the North Delta game. So yeah, of course, Lee will be on the road to wrap up the regular season in District 1 4A against North Delta. They've already clinched the district, as I thought. They are playing the Green Wave, who's 3-6. They're 1-2 in conference play, so they've had a bunch of injuries throughout the season. That's kind of what's plagued the Green Wave there, all the injuries. And but he says that they have healed up, and it should make a difference as they get back. Lewis Smith, who carries the load offensively for North Delta, and he says that Lewis is the son of Clarksdale native Trace Smith. So anybody out there listening?
Oh, yeah, I know his great-granddaddy.
Good luck out there.
Or granddaddy.
And of course, he says the Colts are guaranteed the 4 seed in the conference champion and will receive a first-round bye in the playoffs. Brookhaven's a 3 seed. I'm just kind of reading through this, guys. Just kind of bear with me here. Then Bobby and Sean will be on the call again this Friday night, 7 o'clock. Look on YouTube, Find Lee Academy, and you listen to Bobby and Sean on the call. And you did, like I mentioned, there was a bunch of, and it was penalties and turnovers all night last Friday night in that game. And the Colts played well. They created 4 turnovers. They had 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles in that game and
Good.
could not cash in on anything.
That's when you run that Statue of Liberty play or something. You got
Yeah, I mean, you gotta find a way. And the Colts outgained the Rebels. They had 89 yards rushing, 144 yards passing, but just could not get it done. Let's see who the. Let's see if we got the players that we had there. Yeah. So. Oh, this was interesting. I'm glad I looked this up. So yeah, William Walker threw for 144, ran for 27. Of course, your quarterback there, 1 TD, and Tanner Fava had 32 receiving yards and a touchdown. But a guy we've mentioned, this is the 3rd time in a week, a guy we've mentioned who really must be coming into his own and really getting it figured out. Will Mosier, again, on the stat sheet, he had 3 catches for 32 yards. No, that's the wrong team. When I pulled up Carroll, because I know they didn't have 2 touchdowns there. I think Bobby's got I don't think he had a touchdown, but it looks like he had 3 catches for 32 yards. So Will Mosier continues to perform for the Colts out on the football
you
field.
had me because I don't do the math very well.
Well, if 2 receivers each have a touchdown, you would think they would have had more than 7 points. But that's for the math people to figure out. So thanks to Bobby for getting that to me, so we can mention those names. And you know what's coming up Friday night? Go watch it. Get on the YouTube and listen to Bobby and Sean on the Colt Call. So back to college. I mentioned I went 3-1, right, Paul?
Right.
Did I mention that?
Right in a 3-1 hole.
I thought so.
That's better than 1-3.
Your math checks out. I think you're right. I guess does it depend on how much you bet on the one though?
You got to have a big bet. You got to
Yeah.
have that one game you single just
That's
to
right.
save the day.
Just to go get that one.
And then you need you a couple of them $25 and a bag of corn parlays out there.
Well, it's a good thing that I put a little bit on Michigan and Arkansas and Clemson because my big one was Oklahoma State money line. So I had to try to get it all back on the other 3. So
it was looking good.
We relegated that game to another TV
Well,
during
put
the
it out
afternoon.
put it on 2 or 3
Yeah.
out there.
And boy, did that turn around.
We need to try to go live again from there,
From the pool house? We'll do it. Well, I think we were going to do that this weekend, were we not? This past weekend? Somebody called me early Saturday morning with some issues.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Not being able to get in there.
Well,
Things happen. Is that what you're telling me?
life happened, man.
Big night there at the Elks Lodge. A lot of things cooked. A lot of things drank.
A lot of cooking.
A lot of pool played.
Not a lot of pool. We worked, man. I did a bunch of dishes, is what I did. I ain't gonna lie.
Did all the
I did all the
dishwashing?
dishwashing.
I am glad to see somebody put you to work. I don't see that very often.
I ain't happy about it.
Who would be?
All right. A fun fact while we're just sitting there.
All right.
We got time to kill. This Phillies Padres game. I was listening to the Talking Heads earlier today,
Yeah.
and this is the first time where two brothers have played in the postseason.
Oh yeah, the Nolas.
Yeah. First time in history has happened. I was kind of shocked by that.
You got Aaron Nola and
Austin Nola.
Austin Nola. That's right.
One's the catcher and one's a
Pitcher. That's right.
So
Yeah, I quick thought about that. The Phillies are hotter than 18 firecrackers put together. I mean, they're rolling, and I think they're going to take down the Padres. I know the Padres are coming off beating the Dodgers, and anytime you beat the Dodgers in a series, you got to feel pretty confident.
yeah.
But I just don't know if anybody's going to catch the red hot Phillies. And of course, they went out there and won the first game 2-0
It's like
last night.
what is it, like
Zach Wheeler was dealing for the
It's
Phillies.
the Dodgers, Yankees, Cowboys, and Lakers. They just never do what they're supposed to.
I got a
do.
kick out of something I saw the other night. It talked about somebody crying because the Cowboys lost. And it said, "Don't worry, don't worry. Most of the Cowboys fans are happy to watch their Yankees try to take down the Guardians in Game 5." I was like, "Boy, how true is that statement right there?" Especially where we live.
Now, they all got the same. For some reason, they pull for the same teams. It's weird.
Yeah, when you don't have any close teams, they all pull for the teams that they think they're going to win. We know a few people like that, don't we? Wear a bunch of hats. like to change every
I
weekend.
saw one in an Ole Miss hat. I was like, what is this about?
And he was the biggest Bama fan we knew, and he was probably a Georgia fan last year, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Texas, Oregon, Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Miami. Anyways, moving
He
on.
blocked me on Facebook, so I don't get to see his post anymore.
And look at him. There you were at the bottom of the world, blocked on
Blocked
Facebook,
on
and now
yeah.
you got a YouTube
And now,
platform.
right? I mean, what am I? Yeah. I mean, come on. Moving on up, baby. Moving on up. Where it all started and where it is.
We started at the bottom. Now we're sitting in the Stone Pony Pizza.
That's right. They're
doing
letting
a
us do it.
podcast.
You think we really got approval, or we just kind of came in here and took over and just didn't understand what we were doing?
We've been, I wish we could have got that. They got their big trivia night tonight.
They do.
So
good luck to them. And mention that we were
Wednesday night trivia night's a big deal.
weren't
Man,
we
that was a good
scheduled
time.
for the 26th when I had a scheduling conflict?
Yeah, you have absolutely shit the bed.
Are we moving that to the next Wednesday, just the week after?
I don't know when they talk Sunshine.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Yeah, we didn't mention that last week, but we're scheduled to. Well, we were going to try to go live and then run that into the trivia, but we understand we can't go live now because of the internet issues. So next time we'll just record another show and then we'll go into trivia. I don't know if we should record that. I don't know who would want to watch it, but we'll record it. We'll throw it out there. If you want to watch it, you watch it. If you don't want to watch it, that's cool too. Maybe you maybe you learn something. Maybe we throw some questions out there people want to know the answer to. What do you think?
Or maybe we throw some questions out there that we're wrong about.
we may say it and say, no, you guys are wrong. Yeah.
Google said.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. All the Google warriors out there playing. Hey, answer me this, Paul.
Riddle me this.
You're playing a game, right?
A game.
How much fun is it if you win when you literally had an electronic device tell you all the answers? Why is that fun?
I almost said something I shouldn't have said. Whew, that was a close one.
You're not even testing your intelligence, or it's not even intelligence. It's what you got left up there in the old noggin.
We wasn't all valedictorians or salutatorians or
But that has nothing to do whether you.
Maledictorians or whatever they call us. I was the absentorian is what I was.
It's got nothing to do with smart. Look how much dumb trivia stuff Josh has got stored up in his head. Nobody ever accused him of being a. I can't wait till he hears this show.
Dumb. I don't think you're dumb, Josh. I think you're misunderstood.
A wealth of useless knowledge up there in that noggin. He's got it all.
Yeah,
The kid can get it. He can bring it out.
Yeah, he reads all the westerns.
Trivia dynamo, especially if it comes to geography. Just forget it. I mean, he already knows the answer. Don't even worry about it.
Never eat shredded wheat. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. That's right. So where you want to go now? We talked about what we did last week. You want to?
Yeah, I don't have much this week. I'm gonna tell you, I looked through the slate, and I'll pull
The
up.
slate is not great.
I'll pull up. I got some games after I go through these. I'd like to talk about, but I don't think I'm gonna bet them. Not yet, anyway.
No, like I got 2 pages of games, but that don't mean I'm gonna bet them all. I just got ideas and thoughts, and
I got four, and then I'm looking at a same game 2-team teaser since it worked out so well 2 weeks ago. But all right, here we go. My first one is, stop me if you heard it.
okay.
West Virginia +7 at Texas Tech.
Now Texas Tech's at home.
Other than the Texas game,
Yeah.
Texas Tech has not been good.
Nope. But they've been winning.
West Virginia is 26th in the country in rush defense.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna be able to run on them.
Okay.
And they're 35th in the country in rush offense. So they're gonna control the clock, keep Texas Tech off the field, and they get 7 points. They'll cover 7. I believe they will.
Well, that's cute because I didn't even put this game on my list because I couldn't decide. So I like where you're going there. Hey, we found out a lot about Baylor last week when they lost to West Virginia. Yeah. I mean, they're not quite as good as we thought they were, but West Virginia just, I don't know, they've just been so up and down. I couldn't decide, and Texas Tech's been really good at home. No. Where they've struggled is on the road. So, but I don't hate them keeping it close, like you said. It'll probably come down to a last-second field goal or an overtime type deal. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I trust your
If they're getting,
judgment there.
if they're getting that running game going, it's going to be good. I got UCLA +6. This was my Pac-12 team to bet on this year, and I'm just gonna. I mean,
Just gonna keep right.
yeah.
I can't figure them out, man. I can't.
Oregon's right there on the board. I mean, right
I
there.
got this game written down here, and boy, Oregon has gotten that thing rolling in the last 5 games, and they are really good in Autzen.
They're 129th in the country in third down defense. They can't get teams off the field.
And UCLA's gonna score.
Yeah. UCLA is fourth in the country in offensive third down percentage. They're gonna move the ball.
Oh,
They're
you talking
gonna
about
score.
strength on weakness? My goodness,
Yeah, and
that's a big number there.
And you're getting you're getting almost a touchdown. So give me the +6 there.
I don't hate it. Look, it's probably if I were going to bet that game, I'd absolutely take UCLA +6 because I can't get on the right side of Oregon ever, and I've missed UCLA this year. So why not just jump on the train with the Bruins and let's ride?
Yeah, I didn't pull any really numbers and percentages up because I've talked about it so much. I think y'all know now what to do and what to look at. What kind of where I go.
You know what we forgot to mention last time because you texted me about it that it wasn't this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, where Sports Center decided to bring up the exact same thing we had brought up a few days before when we started talking about the numbers, the betting numbers, how the money was coming in one way and the lines going the other way.
Just copying us.
I mean, could we not get some copyright on that or something? Or I mean, stole our idea. I mean, just went out there and grabbed. I'm sure other people have said it, but
we said it better.
we said it. Absolutely, we did. Yeah. Have you heard this voice? Yeah. I mean, my goodness.
This one.
I didn't say look at the face. I just said you heard the voice.
So my big play this weekend.
Oh, here we go.
Don't knock me out of my chair.
I would never.
Miami of Ohio. The Red Hawks.
To the okay. I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing. Okay.
I tried to say it with a straight face.
Well, you tried, and I mean.
Look, okay, so it's -6.5. I'm not sure where I may be at. I don't know where it is, but it's Western Michigan, and they're not a good football team.
No, you're right.
They're 118th in the country in total offense, 73rd in total defense. They're terrible on offense. They're not very good on defense. Miami's not very good on offense, but all they got to do is win. They just got to win a touchdown. Win by a touchdown.
All right, that's all they got to do.
That's my reasoning. They're going to be less bad than Western Michigan.
2:30 on the CBS Sports Network.
Yep.
The 2-5 Western Michigan Broncos.
Yes, sir.
Take on the Miami of Ohio Red Hawks. Yeah, I thought so.
Way to go there.
Yeah, Broncos and the Red Hawks.
Yeah.
FPI, ESPN Analytics likes Miami of Ohio. I mean, I don't know what that means, but Miami of Ohio just lost to Bowling Green.
Bowling Green's pretty good this year. In that world.
But they defeated Kent State.
They're not going to go beat Notre Dame that's a terrible analogy. Tennessee or
Western Michigan is 1-4 in their last 5. They give up 31 points a game. Miami, Ohio scores 19 a game.
I don't care if it's 7-0. It's a cover.
My goodness gracious.
I'm standing by. That's my big bet this weekend. Miami of Ohio Red Hawks.
All right. Who am I to judge? Yeah.
And another fun fact, you might correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think I'm right. I don't have any notes on this, but I think I read this.
Give it to me.
I think Oregon is 0-5 against the spread this year. Hadn't covered
It can't be good.
They hadn't covered yet.
Wait, no, I had the list, remember? I don't remember Oregon being on that list of not covering.
Maybe they have. Oh, I like it.
I'm going to pull it up, though.
It. Huh?
We've got a visitor stopping by the table.
Yeah, we got our buddy from Ox
From
Pike
Ox
Silver
Pike.
Pack Solutions.
Yeah, right there in the Silver Pack hole. We live here? All right, look, I know this is bad pod, but I want to pull this up. I didn't have him on the screen, so it doesn't matter.
We'll get him in
All
there.
right, here
once
we
he
go.
gets-
Here we go. I got it. You want to hear it? Here it goes. The team that's still in first place is 6-0-1 against the spread. Is my Kansas Jayhawks. Tulane has been fantastic this year, 6-1. Arkansas State 6-1 against the spread. So we gotta. I guess we gotta go way to the bottom to find Oregon. Huh?
You gotta hit the 3 over there. There's 3 pages somewhere.
There's 3 pages. He says.
Oh, is that all of them together?
Can't be. There's Coastal, there's Southern Methodist down there at 1-5. SMU. What do we search by team?
I think they're 0.
Your Miami of Ohio is 3-4 against the spread this year.
They're gonna cover the 6.5, man.
All right, here we go. Full team list. Let's go to Oregon. Right, we're in the O's. Is that right? Oregon.
That's how I spell it.
You spell it with an O?
Yeah, that's how I like to spell it.
I don't want to get updates. Oh my goodness.
What are you doing? Oh, this is great podcasting.
I know, isn't it?
All right, let
great?
me talk about my next game. I got.
Oh,
one
well,
more
here we
game.
go. They play where? Pac-12.
Goodness gracious.
Here we go. Oregon, 4-2 against the spread this year. So you're incredibly wrong. You said 0-6. They're 4-2 against the spread.
Must have read the stat wrong.
UCLA is also 4-2 against the spread.
Maybe it's not Oregon I was thinking of, but that's probably why I didn't write it down, because it may have been a falsehood and I fact checked it myself.
You fact checked it yourself.
The talking heads aren't always
Don't
right.
ever fact check anything yourself, Paul. Get it from somebody else.
So my next game is
Bring it.
Cuse plus 13.5.
Loved it.
You wanna-
Love. I got it. I got it right there on the sheet. Do you want to talk about it? Let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
this is my game. I'm thinking about doing the same game 2-team teaser.
You're going to get them at 19.5?
Yeah, take them to 19.5 and take the total 50.5 up to 56.5.
I do have a stat for you
And then
here.
take the under.
I got a question for you.
I love that shit.
You want a question?
If you want a wrong answer, because I'm 0 for 1 on the day.
Who has the current longest winning streak in FBS at 13 games in a row? Won their last 13 straight.
No ties, all wins.
All wins. Not against the spread, just wins. They've just won their last 13 football games, FBS, not championship series, bowl series, bowl series teams, FBS.
That's a good one. Well, it ain't.
It's currently sitting at 13 straight. That includes bowl games. Last year's bowl game.
Is it Tulane?
It'll be your Clemson Tigers that you're fading Saturday. So just when everybody thought Clemson was dead, if you go back, I think the last 7 games of last year and the first 6 games of this year, Clemson is 13-0. It's the longest current winning streak in FBS.
That's because they got a really good quarterback.
But that is a huge line. That Clemson, both defenses are great. I mean, it may be a thing there where you tease the Tigers. I mean, tease the Qs and the under.
That's what I'm 2-team teaser. Yeah, take it up to 56.5 and then 19. Yeah.
Oh, is it that low? It's
50.
under 50.
It's 50.5, I believe.
That's a good number. Boy, Vegas is good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not bad.
Right now, it's currently at 49.5. Clemson is 7-0 in this year. Syracuse 6-0. So Clemson won their last 6 games of last year, first 7 games this year. I don't know what they are against the spread, but that's a big number. I know I know they're going to Clemson, but that's a lot of points. Those 2 defenses have really been getting it going. I think one of them's below. Yeah, both of them are below 100 yards a game that they allow rushing. And both of them like to run it. They're not big passing teams. Both of them this is insane. Look, they both average about 245 throwing it.
They got it 35-16. I don't see Clemson scoring 35 points.
Syracuse only gives up 173 yards through the air on the year.
They're
And they're going up against a quarterback that we still don't believe.
Ukulele.
Ukulele. We don't believe in that kid. I mean, he's been pretty good this year. 17 touchdowns against 2 interceptions. But Garrett Schrader's been good. 12 touchdowns, 3 picks. He's at 1,400 yards. Ukulele's at 18, little almost 1,900 yards. It looks to be. This ought to be a great game, and it's at 11 a.m. I mean, right out of game day. I mean, let's get after it.
Well, I'm excited about it. I'm thinking the take that two-team teaser, or I don't know. I just don't see either team scoring a lot of points.
No, it's going to be a defensive battle, and I think Clemson is incredibly overvalued here at 13.5. I loved Syracuse at plus 13.5, and then you throw it in a teaser. I think you're looking really good.
Yeah. Let me see what the money's doing on that game, because I got a feeling there's a lot of Clemson money moving in on that thing. But
I wonder what it opened at. Yeah, I wonder what the movement's been. You want to talk about a movement? That LSU Ole Miss game. LSU's now -2.
Yeah, I saw we opened as a favorite, and it
Went the other way. A lot of money came in on LSU. They love what they did against Florida, who's trash on defense, by the way.
I'm on the wrong week. That's fun. No wonder I can't find the game.
Make it in the week where they play, Paul. If there's already a score there, that means that they played already.
Well, they didn't have a score. They just had a bunch of numbers. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves while I work this
So
out.
you don't have any answers or us on we're looking at the Clemson Syracuse line movement, right? That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's what we're trying to find, but I'm doing the best I can here.
Look, I got a game for you tomorrow night, which is, if you're listening to this, it would be tonight. It'd be, Thursday. Probably get this up on Thursday. But big game in the Sun Belt, the Fun Belt. Troy Trojans travel to take on the South Alabama Jaguars.
South Alabama.
Going to be a lot of button heads in this game. Troy comes in. They've kind of righted the ship after an early season loss to Ole Miss. South Alabama's been fantastic. Their only loss is a 1-point loss to the UCLA Bruins. Kane Womack is really coaching them boys up.
Oh.
John Summerall's got the Trojans playing hard. They both have really good defenses. But South Alabama can score the football at a little higher rate. I like South Alabama to take this game and cover the spread Thursday nights, -3 currently. They're at home. I just lean towards the home team here on Thursday night. I think they take down the Trojans.
Yeah, they're 4-2 against the spread. Troy's 6-1 against the spread.
Who?
56% of the bets are on South Alabama. 67% of the money is on South Alabama.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of under money here.
Mm-hmm. I don't hate it. Well, it's 46.5. I mean, that's got to be a low-scoring college game.
Yeah. So back to our initial Chupacabra mission.
Yeah. Back to the Clemson-Syracuse game.
All right. 63% of the bets total made are on Syracuse. 76% of the money bet is on Clemson. So there's a lot of money being placed on the Clemson, but there's a lot of bets being made on Syracuse. So I don't know. That scares me, but that's a big number.
It's a big number. 13.5 is a big. And I know. I mean, if you're looking at history, it's probably not even close to big enough. But if you've watched Syracuse play this year, I mean, they've played well.
And they got it on here on Vegas Insider. Got it down to 49.5.
Yeah, 49.5 over under. Yeah, that's what I got.
Holy crud!
Or do you tease that thing and go over? You tease it to 43 and take the over?
Yeah, I don't know how you. Ugh.
That's a tough decision there. I think you just tease the 13.5 and find you another one. Leave that over under alone.
Take it to 19 and.
And who'd you like? Who was the other one?
I'm just
Miami, Ohio. You take those two.
Yeah.
Probably get even money.
Yeah, why is
Then Miami of Ohio. All the Red Hawks have to do is win. I'll get it out in a minute. All they have to do is win.
why are they still disrespecting the Kansas Jayhawks?
Hey, look, I've got them on my list, and they've been my team, and dude, the backup quarterback has been has been good. They just could not slow Dylan Gabriel down last weekend. It just got out of hand. I mean, they still got that thing to 10 points. They just and every time they get a turnover, what they do? Commit their own turnover. They've lost 2 in a row, and that was at Oklahoma. Now they're traveling to Baylor. Baylor is coming off of 2 losses in a row. I don't know, -8. I mean, +8 for the Jayhawks there. I couldn't make up my mind. I got it as a no play. I did have it on my list, but I got it as a no play. I I rode her till she bucked me. They got me in the TCU game, got me in the Oklahoma game. That's 2 in a row, so I don't know what to do there.
There's a ton of bets coming in on the Duke Miami game, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I got that game listed here. Let me know where the money's going there.
83% of the bets made on Duke. 51% of the money's on Duke.
Well, 51% of the money on Duke's not bad. I can live with that.
Yeah, the bets though, it's you got a Miami team that's 1-5 against the spread this year.
Yeah, not good. So here's what I got on that game. You want to talk about that game?
Yeah, talk about it.
Mike Elko's got the Blue Devils, the Blue Devils playing really well.
This is not one of your better performances.
It's not.
We're outside our element.
I know things are crazy.
Shall we just bring up the bar and
well, we might bring that up here in just a second. Yeah, I mean, they've lost 3 of their last 4, but that was to Kansas, and they had a bad loss to Georgia Tech, and they played North Carolina really well at home. That was a 3-point loss. I kind of knew North Carolina was going to take them down, but they played valiantly. I like the way they played in that game. They can score. They can put the football in the end zone. Miami does not give up a lot of running yardage, and that Duke likes to run the football. They average 205 yards a game.
Yeah.
But Miami, man, they don't – they struggle throughout a game. They're not consistent. They'll have times where they just cannot get it done.
It's something weird about those Florida schools. They can't get out of their own way. It's incredible.
Something's not right there, and they've been so incredibly inconsistent. I know they beat Virginia Tech 20-14. If they are what we thought they were at the beginning of the year, that game should have been 35 to 12 to 10. Probably backing the under here. I see a 28-24 game. The under currently is at 58. And if you look at the last games for Duke and Miami independently, in the last 6 games, the last 6 Duke games, the unders hit 5 out of 6. And in the last 5 Miami games, the unders hit 4 out of 5. So you're talking about a combined 9-2 on the under.
Yeah.
In the last 11 games. I mean, separately, obviously, but yeah, at the over/under is 58. You got 2 pretty good defenses here, and one really inconsistent offensive team in Miami. No. But I think Miami can kind of hold Duke down. I don't know if they can win this game. I do like the +9 with Duke, but if you want to talk about teasing one, I would love to tease the under here on the Duke, and then tease the Clemson +13.
Yeah.
You take Clemson. I mean, not Clemson. You take Syracuse +19.5, and then tease the Duke Miami under to what are you getting there? 64.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
I don't hate that at all, but I do like the under in that game. I couldn't make up my mind. You know, if it's a 7-point game late and then Miami gets a late field goal, and that would just kill me to be on the wrong side of that. I like Duke to keep this close now. Like I said, I see a 28-24 game, but you just never know. I don't know if Duke's run out of steam. That's my only – they came out hot. They lost their first game against Kansas.
They got it Miami 38, Duke 25. I don't know where all
that's 13 points. I don't know where are all these points coming from. Who's scoring all these points?
I don't know. The over-under here is 58.
38-25.
That's sports line, by the way. I don't know what they're
Miami
doing.
has scored over 30 once in the last 5 games.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I take that back. I take that back. They gave up 45 to Middle Tennessee. They haven't scored over 30 in their last 5 games.
Yeah, I don't.
So what makes them think they're going to score 38 against Duke? I don't know. I mean, hell, North Carolina's got an incredible offense, and they scored 38 on Duke.
Yeah, I don't.
There's no way Miami puts up 38.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand.
And I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure when the scores are done at the end of the day, it'll be 52 to 48 Miami or something like that.
The West Virginia Texas Tech game I was talking about earlier. There's 61% of the bets made are on West Virginia, which side I'm on.
Yeah,
80% of the money is
it's on
on
Tech.
Texas Tech.
So you're on the right side of the money.
I'm on the book side of this, so I'm happy about that. I like that side of it.
Yeah. Um. So we've mentioned I got a I had another 11 o'clock game here. Well, the Duke Miami is 11:30. Syracuse Clemson's 11, and we talked about Kansas Baylor. I'm not really sure I think that's got to be a stay away for me. I can't let my heart get in the way and just double down on the Jayhawks. I just can't do that. Um, but something here is telling me I love Cincinnati traveling to SMU. You talk about a team that's lost their mojo since they lost their coach. I mean, a lot of things changed. Sonny Dykes now is running things over there for the Horned Frogs in Fort Worth, and he only went right down the road. He didn't travel that far to go from Southern Methodist to TCU. Cincinnati's a 3-point favorite here in this game.
What time does that game start?
11.
Jesus.
Well, actually, I had it at 3 early. Now it's 3.5, so it's moved a half a point, but
38-30.
easy. I see the 38-30. That's kind of a game I'm seeing there. Of course, and you'd get the under by a hook there. No, that would sail over 38-30. That's 68. Cincinnati's won 5 in a row. SMU has dropped 3 of their last 5. They barely eked out a win against Navy. I don't know, that score may be closer than it appears. 40-34. Navy may have scored late, but they got dominated by Central Florida.
Here's another one. What side do you like there?
I like Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati covering.
76% of the bets made on Cincinnati. 75% of the money bet is on the other side. Smooth.
Is on SMU.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're at home, so people like them as a home dog. I just think Cincinnati's going to go in there and take care of business. I do like the Bearcats there.
There's a lot of over action money.
All right, so you know what I'm going to do right now, Paul? I'm going to let you talk about a game, and I'll be right back, and then I'll let you take a break.
Yeah, bring me a beer.
I'll go get you one.
Tennessee's going to play Sisters of the Poor. I ain't worried about that game. A lot of these games, I really don't. I looked through this slate. Really, I couldn't find much this week. There's something weird going on. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know. I like Georgia State plus 10.5. That's tonight. But like I said, I mean, you probably won't watch this till tomorrow, so you'll know if I'm wrong or not. I don't love it. I mean, if you're gonna bet a side there, I don't know. It's a weeknight game. App State's App State, but Georgia State's not bad. So I like the 10.5 if you can get it that number. I don't even know what it is now. It's probably been moved by now. I don't hate Tulsa minus the 13 at Temple. I don't hate Army at Louisiana at Monroe, but Army has not done well this year. I don't know what's happened or whatever, but this part of the show is brought to you by Natty Light. Yes, sir. We already talked about Kansas Baylor. I don't like that game. This is where I wish we had like a call-in segment where or somebody just asks us about games we think, whatever. We're trying to figure all that out. 29. I don't like that. Yeah, I wouldn't bet this Ole Miss LSU game for you guys. I'm just glad we catch them at 2:30.
Would you bet it with my money?
No, I wouldn't bet it.
Not at all.
I wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't bet it unless I was a jinx,
You don't want to do
like
it.
I am on the state.
Hey, do you not do the emotional hedge here? Go out there and put $25 on LSU -2.
Yeah, go buy your victory. I get
Mhm.
it. Yeah, then they go out there and win by one.
LSU, and then you lose
Just
everything.
talk about a bad day.
Oh, that would be awful, wouldn't it? That would not be cool. So what did
no,
we talk about while I was gone? I heard Tennessee's playing Sisters of the Poor. You
Yeah,
know, UT Martin.
Yeah, I'm just running through these games. I was just talking about like I really looked, but I couldn't find a lot this week.
I couldn't find like last week. Every week up until this week I've had that one or two, and we've done well on those one or two. They've hit like last week. The 4 games I liked the most. I went 3-1. I cannot give you those picks this week. I like Syracuse +13, but am I gonna make that much? I don't know. I like Duke Miami under, but I don't know. I think one you're gonna get a kick out of this one. I should not have laughed at you about Miami of Ohio after I mentioned this game. 2 p.m. And you know you got to go to ESPN Plus to get this game, Paul.
What?
So this game I'm mentioning, you got to go to ESPN Plus to find.
What game?
We got 2 p.m. We got Rice traveling to La Tech. I shouldn't have laughed at you about the Red Hawks, should I?
What time is that game?
2 o'clock on the ESPN Plus. Two 1-1 Conference USA teams. La Tech has been just putrid. I know they're at home, but hey, I love the Rice Owls here. La Tech has given up 38 points a game.
They got it 30-29. Rice.
One point. I think they'll win by more than that. Rice is stingy in the secondary, and they're going to look to limit La Tech through the air. And Rice will run it around and through and cover 3 on the road in Louisiana. Rice Owls to win it. Well, just put them on the money line. I mean, that'd probably be a money line bet. I like Rice to win the game.
You want to let one of the ladies come up and talk about the stone pony? Because I gotta make a phone call for work related stuff.
You got to make a phone call?
Yep.
We can ask them if they want to come by, stop by, and give us a little something. That'd be great. Or not, I'll just keep rambling about stuff.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Paul's got to go make a call. He got an important call there. So somebody must have made a call to the Stone Pony here. It must be something really bad. But Paul will get it taken care of. So we're going to hang out here for a minute. So you just got me, and that's okay. Because anybody will tell you I like to talk, especially when it's after the morning. I've had my coffee. Don't ask my wife about morning times. That wouldn't be great. She would give you a lot of bad answers, and you would not appreciate. I wouldn't appreciate what you had to say because she doesn't appreciate me in the morning very good. I'm not very hospitable in the morning. I like to get the shower, get the coffee, get moving around, and then everything's all good. We'll be good to go then. So yeah, Rice and La Tech. I don't know. Again, that's maybe a money line pick. La Tech just gives up way too many points. 38 points giving up a game. That's a lot. I think Rice can get out there, control that game. They'll shut down the passing game of La Tech, and I think they win this game by 10 points. So I don't know. We'll see. Paul brought up the UCLA-Oregon game. I think we mentioned that. And I'm going back to the well, and I really wanted to talk about with Paul here, but Texas, the Longhorns, travel to Oklahoma State. Big 2:30 tilt. Oklahoma State's coming off a loss against TCU, and that's okay. And I know Texas is different with Quinn Ewers at quarterback, but I like the Cowboys in an upset here. But I might take the +6.5 just to protect myself because money line got me beat last week. but they controlled that game throughout with TCU. I just did not see the Longhorns coming back and taking that game. Um, let's take a look here. We got, you know, 3-0 in the last three games for Texas. With Quinn Ewers back, they've been really good. They handled OU. Obviously, everybody saw that. But they had a little trouble with Iowa State, and that was at home. They barely got by the Cyclones at 24-21 there. Oklahoma State was on the road. Again, TCU's really, really good on the road. Oklahoma State had that game late in the fourth quarter. How they let the Horned Frogs come back in that game, I'll never know. Really hurt me there. But look, they're back at home, back in the confines where they feel good. They give up a lot of yards through the air. They give up 301 through the air. Texas only gives up 228. Now, Texas' scoring defense is really good. They give up some yardage, but they don't give up a lot of points. 18.3 on the year. I think some of those numbers with Oklahoma State's a little skewed just because some of the games they've played have been out of hand early, especially the first game of the year at Central Michigan. They took out a lot of players there in the second half. So Oklahoma State plus 6.5. I like the Cowboys to get back on track, keep this thing going. They got to because, they're my pick for the Big 12. Some of my other ones haven't been great. The Texas under 9, that doesn't look fantastic at this point. And boy, you want to talk about where I missed Virginia Cavaliers. That offense has gone to nothing. Knew the defense wasn't going to be any good, but they can't score at all. So if you go back and watch that ACC preview, don't listen to me when I talk about Virginia Cavaliers because, boy, was that a miss. But I have not missed yet on Oklahoma State. They still got a chance. Of course, TCU would have to lose twice, I guess. Or I'm not sure how they do. They have a championship game in the Big 12 anymore, Paul.
I don't even know if they got
Now that they're down
anymore.
to 10 teams, I don't even know if they. It used to be the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game.
Can't get Maggie over here. I was a little disappointed.
Probably get your boy Dustin over here. He's never he ain't met a microphone he's ever been shy of or anything. Or he'll plug anything you want him to plug.
This poolside bets is a big family.
Yeah, it's one big family. That's true. We love everybody. So let's talk about a game that I've just been talking about, Paul. Let's get your thoughts on it. I've probably rambled on about it too much, but the Texas Longhorns, they're traveling to the Oklahoma State Cowboys this weekend. And here we go again, Oklahoma State, my darling of the year.
What time's that game?
They're the underdog. I believe that's a 2:30 tilt. Almost positive. Yeah, that's a 2:30 game. There we go. Papers over here causing some static. 2:30 game. Texas with Quinn Ewers travels to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State back home after they took the loss at TCU. What do you think? I like Oklahoma State again. I don't know why, but I do.
I got it 32-30 Oklahoma State on here.
That would cover.
Which I like to. These scores don't mean nothing. I just like to see what other people think.
Hold on. I got something, Paul. Hold on. Let's do this. See if I can't get this in the camera. I'm going to bring up our interview session and show you this that was brought right over here by the Stone Pony. If you visit over here, wonderful sausage and cheese tray. You got your little breads. Well, I don't know what they call those breads.
Y'all wave at the camera over there.
You got your chunks of cheese. You got your spicy mustard. We got some jalapenos in there this time with the sausage. So we're here doing it, just having a little snack while we're recording. Compliments of the Stone Pony. That's Mr.
Wave at the camera, dog.
That's Mr. Shetler over there. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's in the
camera's got his natty for the pimp daddy going on.
They've all.
Ain't nothing like a day drinking session.
They've all been trying to get on. Don't let them lie to you. If they ever say, I don't want to be on the air, they're telling a story. They absolutely want to be on there.
We want to, let's dive into a little bit of the Memphis Grizzlies, would you? You want to talk about it?
We're just jumping right out of college. I haven't even finished my college.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So anyway,
What'd you
Um,
do while I was gone? I thought you were doing the
well, I
talking.
was talking about Oklahoma State and Texas.
All right, go ahead.
I got a couple more games here.
I like Oklahoma State too.
Yeah. All right. So I got another 2:30 tilt here,
All right.
and I'm just going with a coach that is interviewing for big time jobs. He wants one. He needs it. He's got to have it. He's even though he fits great the school he's at, he's interviewing with every game. The BYU Cougars travel to Virginia to take on the Liberty Flames. The Hugh Freeze Liberty Flames. BYU struggles on the road. They're much better at home. They always have been.
You're not
And
betting them, are you?
they just came off a huge beat down by the Arkansas Razorbacks, and BYU was at home. Now they got to go on the road. They got to take on the Liberty Flames. And Hugh Freeze is going to have them ready to go. He coaches well in big games. And like I said, he's out there interviewing for jobs. He wants the big job. And I think he's a good coach. I think he can get it done. So, yeah, BYU's -3. I like Liberty outright in this game to take it home and beat the Cougars.
I'm not betting against the Storm and Mormon.
We've bet against them twice this year already.
Not doing it.
Not very good this year. They're not. They can't get it together on the road. Their only advantage is playing at home in Provo, and they just got destroyed by Arkansas. By it's a team that has no secondary, so I don't trust them. I like Liberty at home, +3. Probably sprinkle a little money line bet in there on the Liberty Flames. And another game here that I know I probably should stay away from, but I like it. I think we found out that Wisconsin got a feel-good win against a really bad team in the Northwestern Wildcats, and they went on the road and took care of Northwestern.
Yeah.
But, boy, they showed who they were when they went to East Lansing, and they lost to the Michigan State Spartans.
And on a down year, too.
Yeah, it was Michigan State in a down year. Purdue's been rolling. After a bad loss to Syracuse, they haven't lost since that day when they broke our hearts right there in the heartbreak hole. But give me the Boilermakers on the road here. Aiden O'Connell's going to be the difference. He's been really good at quarterback. He's a huge upgrade over what they got at Wisconsin over there with, what's it, Graham Mertz? I know the last name is Mertz. I don't know if it's Grant or Graham.
They'll score, but the damn coach at Purdue is he I don't know what his deal
Gets
is.
in his head a little bit, does their own thing. Yeah, if they just go out there and do what they're
game management, he's awful.
Yeah, if he manages this game properly, Purdue should win this game going away, and they're the underdog. You got Purdue on the road +2.5 at Wisconsin. Like I said, I think that was an anomaly with Wisconsin beating down Northwestern.
No.
I don't think that was a sign of things to come as they went out and lost to the Spartans. So, yeah, I like Purdue +2.5, probably some money line there as well. So we got some dogs in there. We got some favorites. I like some road favorites. I like some home dogs. Anything on the A&M South Carolina game for you, Paul? Anything?
Trust. Jimbo Fisher can go find a lake somewhere, or he'll take a long walk off a short pier. What's the whole?
You know that game's only 3. Could you imagine at the start of the year the A&M South Carolina Gamecock game being 3 points? I never saw that coming, but man, have the Aggies been disappointing this year. So yeah, that's probably a stay away for me. We hadn't even talked about this the biggest Big 12 tilt of the day.
Yeah. Which one?
Outside of Texas, Oklahoma State, Kansas State travels to undefeated Fort Worth, the TCU Horned Frogs.
I'm not betting against TCU ever again. I don't care if it's a damn
I'm not
cornhole
either.
match.
I'm not either. TCU Horned Frogs are fantastic at home. Sonny Dykes has those boys playing, and I think they keep the dream season alive as they entertain the Kansas State Wildcats. Both defenses very similar in yards, but K-State kind of keeps you out of the end zone. But that offense of TCU is just too dynamic. They average 45.8 points a game.
Yeah.
I mean, they can absolutely put the ball in the end zone. They can do it either way. They can run it. They can throw it. No matter what you want to do, that's hard to stop a team that's that balanced as they are. So I like TCU to
I'm,
keep it going.
I'm gonna bring up a game whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
It's
go
gonna
ahead.
make the Ken Murphys of the world nervous.
Make the women in the room swoon.
No, I doubt it.
Oh,
I'm not supposed to speak of our brethren to the east,
oh, here we go.
but my brother-in-law is a State fan, and he dropped a stat on me that I had to verify. Mississippi
And
State has not scored a touchdown on Alabama in 4 years. How's that strike you?
is that real?
Look, man, I'm 0 for 1 on the day, but I'm telling
In
you,
4 years, State hasn't scored a touchdown.
touchdown.
That would include the Joe Moorhead era and the Mike Leach era.
I'll bring it up. We got time to kill. I'll bring it up and verify. You can probably do it faster than I can.
Let's see here. State versus Alabama.
But that
history.
spread, but if that's real and that holds and that spread's only 21,
Yeah.
and all they got to do is score 21 points, I mean, let's say they get 9 points. I mean, hell,
Man, but yeah, I don't know what that locker room's been like for Alabama after the loss to the Volunteers. Boy, what a scene that was!
Yeah.
How do we not talk about that game? I mean, that.
they're still trying to find pieces of that goalpost.
All right. Oh, that's not the right year. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
October 16th, 2021, Alabama 49, Mississippi State 9. I don't know.
I don't think that's a touchdown.
Well, not unless they got a touchdown and missed an extra point and then kicked a field goal, or a touchdown, extra point, and a safety. I don't know. October 31st, 2020, Alabama 41, State 0.
Pretty sure about that one.
2019, 38-7. I'm going to imagine that 7 was a touchdown. How else do you get to 7? A field goal and 2 safeties?
I don't know. Maybe it's
So
one touchdown.
the stats wrong. They at least have one, and they may have scored a touchdown last year.
Does that make it any better for getting 1 in 4 years? So
Do they even play? Do they
How
even?
does this hit you? They only have 1 touchdown in 4 years.
That is brutal. It's not great. I'm gonna pull up last year. 9 points last year. Let's see what. State did last year. Here we go. State versus Alabama, 49-9.
Not good.
It's not.
Not good for the home team.
No.
But I'm not picking. I'm just saying these are. That's just something he brought up. I mean, 1 touchdown in 4 years is.
They had 3 field goals last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they scored. They haven't scored a touchdown since November the 16th of 2019.
All right, you ready? You ready?
You better go write it down before you come back. It's always easier to know what you're going to say.
Yeah. Go write it all down. Get ready. Just come back over here.
You want to talk about your new menu items, your new drink items, new drink sales you're going to give us? Friday night, happy hour from 4 to 5. All $2 wells. We get $1.50 draft beers. $1.50 drafts, $2 wells. Friday afternoon from 3 to 5. Whoa. See, she's talking about CPU over there, Paul. You believe that?
You want me to comment on that?
Yeah, I think you should stand up for yourself a little bit.
Sure.
My goodness.
I'm not supposed to tell everything I know.
No?
No.
All right, so there's your State Alabama information. 1 touchdown in 4 years. Win the last 3 games, they've scored 1 touchdown.
No.
Not good.
So if it's 21 points, and you have to believe
You
say
know
that,
they're angry.
that Alabama did not have a good week of practice.
Isn't this the game that State like keeps close though? This is the Mike Leach game, right? Like they won a big game against Arkansas.
I'm not allowed to speak on it, but I'm not allowed to bet on it.
Now they won a big game against Arkansas. Well, they destroyed an Arkansas without KJ Jefferson. They travel they travel to Kentucky and lay an absolute egg with Kentucky getting Will Levis back.
Man, these people are okay.
And now, are they at home?
Hold
Where's
on.
this game?
Are we done?
Where's the State Alabama game? Is it in Starkville?
Hold on a second. Let me get back to it. It's in Alabama. That's close.
Oh, so now they're traveling. Yeah, that's going to be tough on the Bulldogs there. Um, Prayers and all that, and wishes and blessings, and yeah, not a game I'm betting. Not a game I'm not even going to make a prediction on, even though it'd probably be 35-10 Alabama. But what do you think? Not going to touch it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet it. I may do my state brother a favor and bet Alabama, but other than that, no.
But yeah, well, he's going to put that money his own self on the bet. It doesn't help if you put it on there.
Oh well.
Well, you know, I'll have a busy Saturday. I'm traveling to Baton Rouge Saturday.
Oh yeah, you get to go to the ball game.
Yeah, headed down there to go to Death Valley and watch the Rebels play the LSU Tigers at 2:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, those are all the games I'm looking at. I don't know if I'll bet that game though. Maybe bet it while I'm there. Do they allow the betting there in Louisiana, Paul?
They got horse tracks.
Oh, that's true. They probably let me bet on horses. Probably not let me bet on football.
Just log into that old DraftKings account and see what happens.
All right, so yeah, NBA kicked off Tuesday night. Big slate Wednesday night with our beloved Memphis Grizzlies getting kicked off tonight. Tipped off, not kicked off.
Oh, that perked
Did you
up
hear all
somebody
the-
behind the bar.
Did you hear all the fake Grizzlies fans over there from the bar? They ain't seen a game in 6. They can't even spell Grizzly, and over there yelling, "Hey, woo, go Grizzlies!"
You gotta turn that camera on. You
Tell-
can see who's talking.
Tell them that. Anybody tell them that Zach Randolph doesn't play anymore?
Maggie said, tell them, Maggie, you went to the playoff game last year. Look at there.
She's
Over
out of the
talking
camera. I'd have to turn the camera there. I can't get her in there. Let's see. Oh, let's get her.
Found her.
There. I don't know. She's hiding behind look at all those beers on tap. All 4 of them. Well, I mean, you talk about a selection. Here's the. Look, it's October. Is there actually any beer in the Oktoberfest? That's what I want to know. Oh, it just came in this morning. It's October what? What's today? The 19th? And we just got Oktoberfest in today. So, congratulations.
Hey, it's tough to get anything in right now.
That's true. That's true. All right.
We tried to get them up here to sell the brand. They back there working too hard, though.
Yeah, a lot of work. All the working.
Yeah.
So, yeah, NBA tonight.
Grizzle.
What are they going to do?
I don't know, man. They're favored. They got what is that line, 5 or 6?
Yeah, I think it's held right there. Now it's 4. It's down to 4. You got, well, of course, we knew Jaren Jackson would be out. But now it's I don't know what the injury is to Zaire Williams, and I don't think it's I don't think it's a little more, a little worse than what we all think. Dylan Brooks is outdated. They said something about soreness for Dylan Brooks. Man, my God, is a kid ever going to play a full season? I don't know. He plays hard.
We got something happening over here. All right, here we go. We're gonna.
All right, we're gonna look since they allowed us to come here and play around and talk. So
Push that chair out of the way.
you're gonna have to get over here.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were giving up your spots
Get one of them.
We can be over yonder. We both can sit in his.
We got a microphone for you right here.
All right.
We might want to ask you questions. Turn it on. Turn it on. Hold on.
You don't know how happy this makes me. This is so. This is good.
What movie is that?
All right, so we're gonna go to the Dustin. You're gonna like this. We're gonna go to the Ox Pipe Hotline. We're gonna all guests are you are brought to by Dustin Shetler Silverpack Solutions. The Ox Pipe Hotline. Let's so we're
Hey, nobody lays pipe like
nobody
Ike's pipe.
lays pipe like Ox Pipe. Absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna go to our two managers here at Stone Pony. Paul, you want to give us their names?
Maggie and Sunshine.
All right, here we go.
Found 'em. Look
Yeah,
at
we
'em.
got Sunshine there in the tie-dyed and Maggie just to her, well, to her right, to her left, depending on how you showing on the thing. But
Left right on your radio
we're
dial.
going to let them plug Stone Pony for a little bit. So go ahead, ladies. Tell us what you want
Hi, Maggie, one of the managers of Stone Pony Pizza. Just so you know, we wanted to plug, just since we were having our wonderful Poolside Bets podcast here today.
That's right.
Our hours are Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. We serve a hot plate lunch between the hours 11 and 2. That's Monday through Friday, and it is the best plate lunch in town, so please come see us.
Very quick service.
Okay,
Very
very
quick.
quick
Very
service.
quick. 19
Make sure you
minutes,
order
in
the
and out,
plate
boom,
lunch.
that's it.
I know.
And if you want to find what we're having for lunch every day, we do post it on our Facebook page and our website, stoneponypizza.com. So make sure you check that out.
And we
What's
have
your
Instagram.
what's Stone? Is it just Stone Pony on Facebook, Maggie?
It is Stone
Just
Pony
Stone
Pizza.
Pony Pizza.
Stone Pony
Yeah,
Pizza
they
on
have pizza
Facebook.
on there.
Okay.
Like a strip club.
Got.
And
Yeah, a
Maggie
whole lot
does the
cooler if
tricks.
it was.
And then every Wednesday night we have trivia. It starts about 7:15. We have different hosts every week, and it's a lot of fun. It's always a good time. So,
Who are we having in 2 weeks?
Poolside Bets.
Yeah, we'll be
We're
back
supposed
2
to have
weeks.
next week.
Yeah.
Allegedly, we're gonna be
Allegedly.
here.
Well, we're gonna give it our best shot.
Yeah.
Franklin and his sidekick.
Yeah, and it's
Ew.
Sidekick. I'm gonna write a book.
we got-
Do the rest.
all right, Sunshine. What else you got? You want to talk about?
What are we going to talk about?
I don't know. Tell us what are your typical plate lunches consist of up here? And I know some of them repeat. So what do we
have
got?
2 meats and 5 veggies. You can get 2 meats. You can get a meat, 2 sides or 3 sides for $10.79. That's with tax.
And some of the regular.
Like hamburger steak, fried pork chops, meatloaf, pork steak,
Cajun chicken
Cajun
pasta.
chicken pasta, chicken spaghetti.
What day is Fried Chicken Day?
It once a month. It's on Wednesday.
Once a month?
But regularly. It's
We
Thursday.
we don't know what Wednesday. Just gotta.
It was this Wednesday. It's every
It was
third.
this
Oh, it was today.
It was
Today was
today.
Fried Chicken
But
Day.
most of the time
Missed
it's on
it.
Thursday.
Oh man.
They usually
Missed
post.
it.
They usually post
Fried
before.
fish every Friday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you.
We are changing up menus, and then in the future we will have a new menu. Hope to see a couple of new items.
Y'all
Like
gonna
a
have the
Stone
pony
Pony
bologna.
bologna.
There we go.
And we do have
Just
a
for
full
camera.
bar, too, by the way.
And our draft beer is back. We changed that out. We keep a ale, an IPA, an amber, a lager,
PBR,
yeah, a Pillsbury.
fancy.
Oh yeah, they'll serve you anything you
And
want.
we
All you
have
have to do is
Hot Dog
ask
and
and know
Ends.
people.
That's right.
We can get it all. So let's see what else we got. They'll also make specialty items for you if you're nice.
They're nice.
You can order if you're into this kind of thing. If you're a keto eater, you can order a fully loaded burger with no bun. They'll bring it out, load it on the plate for you.
Or
And
crustless
Sunshine will make a
pizza.
crustless pizza. It's a wonderful cheese-based crust pizza. Get all the toppings on it. You'll love it. It's fantastic.
And it's gluten-free.
Yeah,
Gluten
yes.
gluten free. It's fantastic. It's great. They make good salads. Phones ring. We're not gonna let them get to those phones. Somebody will
We
answer.
got somebody for that.
Anything, Paul? Got any questions for the ladies here? Anything else we need to plug?
No. I
Oh,
think
if you're
we're
a
good.
horse racing fan,
Ew.
The drink menu.
they've got a drink menu dedicated to some of the most famous horses
No, I
from
didn't know that.
history.
I hate that menu.
You can get the Seattle Slew. Do we have a secretariat on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a Absolutely. I mean, the greatest horse to ever live.
American
Um,
Pharoah.
American Pharaoh. We got the drink on there. Yeah. So come in, and if you're a fan of horse racing, you want to taste some of Maggie's great horse concoctions. Come in there and ask for the menu and get you a drink there. So yeah, come in and see these ladies. They're always here. You'll find one of the two here. You'll find Sunshine, and you'll find Maggie here, and they'll take care of you, and all the other waitresses and waiters they got here, and the cooks do a great job. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for having
That
us.
was very
No,
good.
we
You did a very good job.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Very good job.
So look, we'll do it again, and we'll have them come on and tell us about anything else new going on. So thanks to Sunshine and Maggie, and we'll see you next time.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, ladies.
Good job. You did so good.
Way to go.
And we just embarrassed them about as good as we could. So they'll be better
Pay
next
back.
time. Hey,
Yeah.
once you get in front of the camera one time, how many times you want to be in front of it, Paul?
A little payback. It's addictive, isn't it?
It is. Look, we know nobody's watching, but we're still out here recording and talking, aren't
Nobody
we?
cares.
So yeah, let's talk about the NBA. You know, I wrote a little something.
Well, here it goes.
Here it goes. Same contenders in the West. I mean, it's the same people. And we talk about the West because that's where our Grizzlies play. They play in the West. They finished number 2 last year. I don't know if they can finish number 2 if they can't stay healthy. If they don't get Jaren back soon and Zaire Williams, that's going to be tough
Not starting good.
because you can't get yourself in a hole early in the season and just hope to dig back into it the rest of the way. Same people, though. The Warriors are still the Warriors. I mean, even with all the internal fighting, they don't really care. They're going to do whatever they can to keep Draymond Green, apparently, the biggest bully in the league right now. The Clippers, if they have a healthy Kawhi, I think they're going to be a force to deal with this year. The Suns, you still got the same old people at the Suns. They'll be in the playoffs. I think they'll make it. Of course, the young Grizzlies. And the biggest thing about the Grizzlies is just the young chemistry, the young players. The fun that they have. They just play with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm,
They're the
and they
best.
play together as a team.
As far as watching a ball game, it's the funnest team to watch.
Oh,
especially last
absolutely.
year.
Yeah, you want to watch if you're not really into NBA and you don't watch something that you think will be fun, watch the Grizzlies play. And don't just watch. I mean, watch how they interact with each other, how they talk after the shot's made, and they go to the sideline, go to the timeout. They have an incredible. It looks like they're just having a ball. You know, a bunch of youngsters out there having a good time. Of course, the Timberwolves are still coming. You know, they damn near took out the Grizzlies last year. Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards,
I think they
and
got better too.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, got Gobert.
Went out and got Gobert. I mean, so they're still there. The Mavs still have Luka. I mean, what else do you say there? I mean, they got one of the best players, if not, I think if not the best player, the second best player in the NBA in Luka Doncic. The Pelicans, if Zion stays healthy, I think they make the playoffs. Brandon Ingram is really good. He's come on strong the last 2 years.
Can Zion's already hurt, ain't he?
What? No, I think. Oh no, it's really not again,
No,
right?
I think he's got a bum ankle or something.
Of course he does.
I'm 0 for 2 on the day, so let's shoot for I'm going for a record here.
Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be awful? But that's contingent on him being healthy. I mean, if they're gonna make it, they gotta have a healthy Zion Williamson for them to, to take that next step. Brandon Ingram is great, but he can't do everything.
Yeah, they got Ja Morant projected 24, 5, and 7, almost 8 assists
Tonight against the Knicks. Yeah.
And Uzi, they got Uzi getting 16. I don't. What's wrong with that dude?
Well, he's not even playing tonight, so it doesn't matter.
Nah, I don't like it.
So you mentioned, it's funny you mentioned.
I'm glad he ain't playing. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Funny you mentioned the Knicks
Don't like it.
and that game tonight. And then I just brought up the Mavs. They lose Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
It was a great point guard for them. He goes to the Knicks, and we'll see how he does away from Luka. I'm interested to see if was it part him. When Luka was out though, Jalen was he was the guy on that team making it happen. So we'll see what he does with the. And then, of course, you got the Denver Nuggets. They still have Jokic over there. ruling the paint. I mean, the kid, that kid, I say kid, I mean, he's obviously an absolute man, a monster down low. So most of the same contenders in the West.
That Knicks lineup that's a pretty good lineup too.
Yeah,
Not bad.
where it gets interesting, if you want to talk about playoffs, is the East. I mean, of course, you got the Celtics and the Sixers who squared off last night, and I believe the Celtics came away with that win. I don't know what to do with the Nets, Garnett and Kyrie Irving and crew over there. I'm not real sure. What I'm interested to see is the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, they traded away so much to get Donovan Mitchell from the Jazz.
I don't know.
They have two. I love their down low presence in Evan Mobley and another guy, Jared Allen, I believe, for the Cavaliers. But I don't know. I would have not have traded that much for Donovan Mitchell. I didn't see him as that transcendent of a talent.
No. Well,
Does that make sense?
yeah, you can get let's see, the odds-on favorite. Who we got here? We got Golden State, of course. You can get almost 3-1 Golden State to win the West right now.
Is that good enough?
I don't know who's going to.
Or I guess if you're getting plus money on the Warriors, I mean that's.
Yeah, I mean the Grizzlies are 9-1. I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, I guess Minnesota would be the one you'd look at to try to.
If you're
They're
gonna
12-1.
if you're gonna look to make money and you're looking for the right bet, if Minnesota's 12-1, I love that bet.
Yeah.
I love Minnesota. I love the Timberwolves at 12-1.
I got nothing for the Pelicans. They're going to end up. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zion, if he ain't hurt, he's hurt and he ain't told nobody.
No, I don't hate them making the playoffs. I don't see them. I don't think they're ready to take. You know, the Grizzlies have already been there. Those youngsters have been there, and I think they can take another step. I just don't know about the Pelicans.
How about this? You can get the Grizzlies at plus 115 to win their division.
Okay.
I
All
like
right.
that. I mean, all you got to do is get by the Mavericks.
Yeah, it's the Mavs. I mean, because you're talking about, well, you got the Pelicans. I think they can outlast the Pelicans and the Spurs and the Rockets. So, yeah, really, it's just all about can you get past the Mavericks?
I like it. We've almost pulled off a 2-hour bit.
We're staying in there. We got a little quiet right there, and that was bad. I thought we were going to have to yell or do something there. Yeah, anything there in the East outside of Celtics and the Sixers? I mean, and I'm interested in the. I mean, and if who's the kid in Atlanta? Trae Young.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you got the Miami Heat, who are still that they just keep plugging along year after year after
You
year.
can get Miami at 8.5 to 1.
Not a terrible bet there. I mean, I don't know who else even who's at the. I mean, there's so many bottom. I mean, you talk about the Bulls the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, they're probably the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Sixers are the class.
Bucks 3-1, Celtics 2.8 to 1, Sixers 6.5 to 1, Cavs are 12 to 1, Atlanta Hawks 22 to 1. The Knicks are 50 to 1. So if that tells you anything.
50-1 that's to win the East, right?
Right.
I think they make the playoffs. For some reason, I'm not sure why, but I think they do.
That backup, they still got Derrick Rose on that team. Yeah, he went on a run last year.
They did.
about
I mean, it's
10
good to see the kid still being able to play. Boy, that injury really. You talking about derailing somebody's future? I mean, you talk about two guys outside of. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of them, but it just reminds me of Penny Hardaway. You know, Penny was just dominating when he came in.
They got it.
Then he gets injured and couldn't continue.
Sportsline's got it 109, 107 Grizzlies. 2-point doesn't cover.
Yeah, I don't like the 4 points just because it's a first game. I mean, I get it, the Grizzlies are at home, but man, you're missing some talent. I mean, you're missing one of who I think may win Defensive Player of the Year once he gets back, and Jaren Jackson Jr. And then we loved Zaire. I mean, he's coming in his sophomore year. Then you got your best defender. I mean, best on-ball defender in Dylan Brooks. He's day-to-day. Does he play tonight? I mean, I guess they got a prop bet on him. He plays.
Yeah. Do they get the under? It's 226. Does this go under being the first game of the year?
I think so. Right?
I mean,
you're just trying to get your feet under you, you know, in a big game. I mean, I
And there's injuries all. I mean, Grizz aren't. I mean, apparently they've been having rough practices or something. I don't know
yeah. What are we doing? How are we not just like in bubble wrap and keeping everybody safe?
I like the under there.
Of course, that's tonight, so you won't see that till tomorrow. So
No.
this to tomorrow. So
I know.
you don't know if we won our bets or not. So I just good to see the Grizzlies back on the court. It'll be great to see them back out there, see Ja doing his thing, and just great to have the NBA back. NHL's back. We got to get our NHL guy on the phone sometime and see what he thinks about it. How's this Canucks doing? We know how the Canucks are doing.
He's a boot to make a pick.
And as we inch closer to November 4th, we will have a show where we bring up the Breeders' Cup. They're getting the horses lined up. Everybody's trying to get in. Look, I looked at the Breeders' Classic contenders today. Holy smokes. Life is Good, Flightline, Cyberknife. I mean, you got some big-time horses in that race. It ought to be a fun day. So, look, thanks for joining us. We totally wish we could have gone live, but couldn't make it happen. So recorded, you'll be listening to this tomorrow, but you'll see everybody. You'll see a little bit of a Stone Pony. You'll see our ladies here that came in and gave us a little preview of what happens here at Stone Pony. So for Paul, I'm Franklin. We thank you for listening. Paul, any final words before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, good luck on the college slate. And obviously, I won't be here Saturday, but we will do our best to tweet out the picks. So until then, we'll see you next week, right?
Right.
All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining.